There's a new headline this morning. Everyone always wants to know what the next Star Wars movie is. What's the next disaster we might have to look forward to? What might be happening? Well, we've got a new report that's out there. The Mandalorian and Grogu, the Mandalorian and Grogu planned as next Star Wars trilogy.
Oh,
now,
no.
These are the headlines that are out there. I think that maybe some people are misreading a little bit of the quote from Giancarlo Esposito, which we'll get to, but let's get through this. With Sharmino Obaid-Chinoy's planned Rey having been put on hold, maybe, the only thing that Lucasfilm has got going for it right now is the success of their Disney Plus show, The Mandalorian. It's no coincidence, then, that Lucasfilm has decided to bet all of its chips on a Mandalorian movie set to be directed by Jon Favreau, which, by the way, is just season 4 that they warped like into a movie, right? That's what this movie is. It was the planned season 4 of Mandalorian that has now been beaten to a pulp and pushed into a script for a movie instead of the season 4. So it happens, according to one of the show's stars, Giancarlo Esposito, The Mandalorian and Grogu is being planned as a trilogy of films, or maybe more. Now, there's headlines like this all over the place right now, Jeremy. Tell me, let's read this quote and see if you interpret this in the same way. The Mandalorian star Giancarlo Esposito has revealed that he thinks the Mandalorian Grogu movie could just be the beginning of a new Star Wars trilogy. As in the MCU, Disney will figure out how to join all these characters into one really great movie or TV show. That's my sense of where it will go. His character's dead, by the way. This is Disney Star Wars, so who knows like what could happen. He could just come back to have the same stupid, retarded plan and get foiled again. But maybe. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have a new vision continuing on with the Mandalorian movie. My sense is that it's all going to converge at one point or another, and we're going to have another set of a trilogy or more of films. That's the quote that everyone is pulling together for a Mandalorian and Grogu trilogy. That to me isn't saying that. That to me is someone guessing on what's going to happen, and guesses we've all had as well. Like the idea that it would all lead up to an Avengers level team up, a retarded Avengers level team up with Ahsoka and Bo-Katan and Ezra and Sabine and Mando and Grogu and Boba Fett and all these people coming together to defeat Grand Admiral Thrawn. That's kind of something that we've thrown out there for a long time. And a lot of people feel that might end up being Dave Filoni's movies, kind of the culmination of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere in here do I read a fucking Mando and Grogu trilogy is coming up. But that's what all the fucking headlines are saying.
No, and I think that's because that's the thing that's going to get the most attention is Mandalorian, a Mandalorian trilogy. That's what they think is going to get the most attention and the most discussion, which rightfully so it probably would. It's a terrible idea to even think that a Mandalorian trilogy would happen because that ship has sailed. And I just don't think that there's even enough meat on that bone anyway. But no, I don't think his quote actually says it, but I think that's the best way you can frame it to get the most attention. As someone,
this is a guy who's not even going to be in them. Like he's dead.
As someone that often tries to figure out the best title for, my YouTube videos, that's essentially what they're doing right there. So, but yeah, dude, we have had 2 trilogies canceled from Lucasfilm that were already greenlit and canceled. We had Rian Johnson's trilogy, not a movie. We're talking about a trilogy canceled, even though they never officially addressed it. And then you had, what was her name? Benioff and Weiss, their trilogy after Game of Thrones was a disaster. Their trilogy got canceled. That's 2 fucking trilogies that you greenlit. You hired people for trilogies and they never happened. So now you're thinking that Lucasfilm's going to try to put another trilogy forward? Not going to happen. They're not in a position. Let me think about this. So we've had one trilogy from Lucasfilm that was a complete fucking failure. You lost over 50% of your audience in the process. And you've had 2 other trilogies that you greenlit that they never even started because you made such a massive mistake by hiring the people to head up these trilogies. Now there's some type of idea that maybe we're going to get a Mandalorian trilogy. Never going to happen. Never going to happen.
It's so crazy too. Like you're right that the time for them to maybe take advantage of that is gone.
Mm-hmm.
if in the immediate aftermath of season 2, they had announced like a Mandalorian movie to be released in theaters and
would have been huge.
2022 or
Would
something,
have been massive.
there would have probably been a lot of energy around it. But because people were on the same high they were after Force Awakens, even though they just watched something that was kind of shitty, they didn't think about it. And now after season 3 was just so fucking awful and stupid. Ahsoka, also awful and stupid and dumb. And before The Acolyte came along, had the lowest finale of any of these fucking movies in terms of viewership. I just don't think that the same energy is there for it now that there would have been a handful of years ago. I'm really interested to see what the movie, when it finally does release, not next year, but the year after next, what it's going to do at the box office. I have no expectation.
Yeah, I
don't know how to judge it. I don't know if this is going to be a fucking $600 million box office, a $400 million. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It's really hard to gauge it at this point in time. But I imagine the marketing is going to be heavily built around Baby Yoda and Mando. So I don't even call him Grogu.
Sick of this fucking like two fucking characters, one who barely talks at all in Mando and one who can't talk in this fuck.
Yeah.
That, to be honest, that is the perfect way for somebody with Dave Filoni's level of expertise in writing. That'd be the perfect spot. Right? Just don't let him actually say any dialogue, because then we got Ahsoka. We saw the dialogue in the world for that. That was fucking rough. So maybe just don't have them talk. Just pictures.
We'll see how it goes, but yeah, I do anticipate the Baby Yoda marketing being heavily involved with this, because that's their. I mean, regardless of what you think about it, Baby Yoda was a massive success, massive, huge, from a toy standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, the show, everything. Grogu's a terrible name, by the way, absolutely terrible name.
What would you have named him?
Baby Yoda.
No.
Why?
You needed like an in-universe name for him, like
Baby Yoda. They don't care about continuity at this point anyway. Just call him Baby fucking Yoda.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have made any sense.
Just call him Baby Yoda. That's it. I don't know what else. Like, I mean, I just think that like Star Wars has shown that they don't care about lore or consistency or history or anything. They only care about this normie fucking wine mom fucking audience they're trying to get. Like, it's calling Baby fucking Yoda.
Well, no, the point is the name Grogu is such a bad name that everyone still calls him Baby Yoda regardless, like once you found out his name. Like, so that, like, what I'm saying is there has to be like an in-universe name that would be better. So I was asking what you would call him.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
they should have let Ahsoka name him.
So, oh yeah, that would have been great.
Like Sky Guy.
That would have made you happy, huh?
Should have called Yoda, Baby Yoda Sky Guy. Or what'd she call that little fucking hut? Stinky or something? Jesus. Anyway. Yeah, I'm looking forward to no Mandalorian movies coming out.